Death Stranding is one of the weirdest games I've ever played, and yet it is almost what all games do: go from point A to point B and deliver a particular item with a story intertwined in between all of it. Death Stranding makes you a delivery boy moving cargo from city to city in a dilapidated USA and simultaneously introducing you to some of the most ridiculously over the top characters in games to date. Out of the many strange stories, though, this single handedly beats all of them. This is Button Smash with legendary short stories. In his quest to connect the cities of America, Sam Porter, as he is lovingly referred to, gets a delivery order to ferry some old components to a junk dealer who has the skills to recycle and repurpose junk into usable items, a skill very handy in such sordid times. Sam manages to reach the junk dealer after a very generic fight with some cargo thieves. The moment you connect to the junkyard terminal, you figure something is up. The terminal shows the holographic projection of a girl, probably in her early 20s, playing with an hourglass with soft music playing in the background. The projection is suddenly interrupted by the junk dealer's hologram, and he, from the outset, is hostile towards Sam. He tells Sam that he used to love this girl who is dead due to an attack by Porter terrorists at South North City. But messages from Fragile and Die Hardman suggest that the girl is still alive and is currently working as a chiral artist. You're immediately tasked to search for this girl and, if possible, bring her back to the junk dealer, since that is the only way to get him to cooperate. Sam manages to get her after another similar generic fight with some BTs, and then you're greeted with one of the most cringeworthy voice acting in the entire game.
Take me with you. Please. I have to see him again. I made this for him, you know. When the terrorists attacked, my mother and I barely escaped with our lives. I tried to find him afterwards. I did. I just didn't know where to look. But that's not why I stopped. My mother never liked him. She made that pretty clear. But I didn't think she'd go as far as to lie. So when she said that he died, I believed her. Until I heard that message. It's him. It's really him. I should never have given up. Deep down, I knew he was out there somewhere. But I couldn't leave my mother all alone. So I tried to make my peace with it. Only I couldn't. Not even if I do wanted to. I was stuck in the past, unable to move on. Take me to him. I'm begging you. I'm ready to go. Right now if you want. Just say you'll take me.
I mean, I don't really know what happened here. Everything looked weird in that scene. The voice acting, her animations, and the background music. The only thing that looked in place was Sam's expressionless face. Also, observe how important the junk dealer is to her. Tears roll down her face when she realizes how much she loves him. She begs Sam to take her to the junk dealer, and she is willing to risk her life to get to him. But for some strange reason, she refuses to walk. which means you now have to carry her. Also, she mentions that she's carrying an hourglass, which means a lot to her because it is a gift from the junk dealer himself. So we have to be careful as well, and we all know how easy it is to trip and fall in this god-forsaken, delightful game.
Steady.
So now you have to wade through the same BT territory whilst carrying her and being careful to get back to the junk dealer. Here we go, I guess. This is the slowest I've ever moved as Sam. Moving through Timefall was a nightmare because I had to crouch and keep stopping Sam's breathing to try and not alert the BTs. After all that pain and sneaking, Sam finally manages to get her to the junk dealer. Enter Cringe Monologue 2.
Are you hurt? Thanks, Bridges. I can't believe you're alive.
That's my line, silly.
I thought you were dead.
My mom told me you were.
I kept it close. Always. But after the attack, it stopped working. I thought about fixing it, getting the sand flowing again. But it felt too much like moving on. Like forgetting you.
Well, now we can both move on. Together, you and me. If you're ready.
Of course.
The man I knew. They took better junk. He fixed the things, made them like new again. Picking up the pieces and making the most of them. That's what I do best too. But this is one piece. We don't need. The only time that matters is the time I spend with you. So let's count the moments ourselves together. I'm asking you to marry me, dummy.
I will. I do. Yes.
One other thing.
What?
Don't hate Mom, please. Tell her this is what we want. Help her to understand and accept it. Because she needs us, and I need her.
All right. I'm pretty good at patching things up.
Okay, cringe over. But did she just throw that hourglass onto the hard concrete? What the hell, man? Well, at least they are happily married now. Yay. At least you were responsible for fixing up a beautiful love story. The beautiful soft music only adds to the fullness of your heart, and you move on to being delivery boy again. So that's the end of the story, right? False. You have a hand display gadget where you can receive mails and communicate with people. Some of these are really hilarious, and I would advise you to go through all of them whenever you have the chance. One random day, I receive a mail from the junkyard dealer. Subject: Marriage sucks. You still breaking your back hauling shit through the wilderness, Sam? Ever long for a little company? I know I used to, not anymore. But between you and me, I can't help thinking life was easier back when I was on my own. The freedom to do whatever the hell I wanted, no one pissing and moaning over every tiny thing. Where does this girl get off being so fucking fussy? I swear I can't do anything right. Should have seen the fight we had the other night. I tell you, it's true what they say. Familiarity breeds contempt. Don't ever get married, Sam. I was more than a little perplexed with this. I was like, huh? I fixed you guys. Now shut up and live the rest of your life with love. I don't want to be bothered by your day-to-day whining. And my worst fears came true when I got another mail from the girl, the chiral artist. Married life, not what I expected. Dear Sam, did you meet up with Amelie yet? I hope she lives up to your memory of her when you finally do. I didn't get so lucky in that respect. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't live with him anymore. I went back to my mom's. It was terrifying, making the trip on my own, but I watched the weather patterns for days and made it, just barely. Maybe I should have asked for help, but I couldn't bear to wait any longer. For your sake, I hope yours and Amelie's story has a happier ending. I can't tell you how much I've laughed after reading this mail. I literally had to keep my joystick aside and wipe away the tears that started rolling down my face from laughter. At the same time, reminiscing about what all I did to try and fix the both of them made me laugh all the more. This is probably Kojima's way of telling you not all love stories end when the credits roll, and I completely connect with that. I just want to thank Kojima or whoever came up with this side quest for providing me with the best laugh I've had in my gaming years. It still does end on a hopeful note though, because once the game ends, the chiral artist's mother sends Sam this mail. My daughter and her husband's tragic past. Dear Sam, maybe you already heard, but my daughter turned up here the other day saying she was moving back home. Not long after that, her man came around looking for her. So I decided it was time to come clean and tell them the whole truth about what happened 5 years ago, the truth about how they first met. My daughter's real parents were killed by a gang of junk dealers, a gang to which her own husband used to belong. He was just a boy at the time though, and in fact he was the one who saved her life. Somehow he convinced the others to leave her be. I still remember the way he was holding her hand when I found them, how scared she was, hood pulled over her face, unable to find the words. I tell you, the boy chose to strike out on his own after that and set himself up as a prepper, but no, I won't deny it. I didn't want to take care of both of them, so I sent him on his way. It was pure chance that they met again and fell in love. Fate, maybe, though I cursed it that day, let me tell you. They didn't remember each other, you see. Trauma, I suppose, so it was my burden alone to bear. Even if I wanted to keep them apart, I wouldn't dare remind them of all that. But after everything that happened, I realized it had to be done. They both needed to remember the whole of it. That he'd saved her life, sure, but that it wouldn't need saving if it wasn't for his gang. Knowing the truth, could they see their way to a reconciliation? Well, after some talking and thinking, they told me that if you love someone, nothing else matters. Can you believe that? So I told them to give it another go. It won't be easy, and frankly, it shouldn't be. But I sincerely believe that they have what it takes. If they want to get married, I'll support their decision. I also received mails from the junk dealer and the chiral artist. I'm going to get her back. Hey Sam, still your own man? Still out there walking that lonely road? I've been a little lonely myself, to tell the truth. I know I did nothing but complain when she was here, but now she's not. I can't hardly think straight. Still, compared to how far Amelie is from you, she's just around the corner. Which is why I'm gonna suck it up, say sorry, and beg her to take me back. Wish me luck, pal. I'm gonna need it. The wedding's back on. Dear Sam, I hope you're doing alright. So my mother told us what happened 5 years ago. It's weird how we don't have any memory of it. Though I'm glad for that. Some things are better forgotten, I think. His gang killed my parents. There's no denying that. But there's also no denying that he saved me. He took me by the hand and led me to safety. I wish I could remember that much, at least, even if it meant having to remember some of the rest. He was there for me 5 years ago, and ever since my mother's been there for me. It's because of them and their love that I survived, that I became who I am today. I owe them everything. Well, maybe not everything. I shouldn't forget how you've helped me, Sam. I can't thank you enough. Anyway, I'm going back to our own shelter now. No more running away from me. I've got a wedding to plan after all. I'm still not hopeful about the two of them ending up together though. But a happy ending is always a positive ending. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more such content. This will help us grow and put out more such content in the future.